welcome back. It's Coach Lauren here, and today we are going to be talking about less stress and more chewing. So, I know in my 7 tips that I gave before, part of it was talking about chewing, but before we dive into chewing, I do want to touch on stress and how it affects our bodies, how it affects our digestion, and it has a tremendous impact on our bodies. Digestion is one of the biggest processes that our bodies perform. And in order for our bodies to digest properly, we need to be in a rest or calm state. And we need to be less stressed when we're trying to eat and digest our food. We've all heard about fight or flight. This is when you're in a very stressful situation. It triggers your central nervous system to kick in and say, okay, we got to do something about this. A bear is chasing me and I've got to get away. Or I've got a big test and I need to calm down and relax so I can think properly. Or I've got a presentation and I want to do great. I want to knock it out of the park. But I've got to calm down my stress and anxiety so that I can perform my best. It can be anything like that. It could be low grade stress. It doesn't have to be this chronic, constant stress all the time that affects our bodies. You may also heard of rest and digest. This is when your body is in that calm, relaxed state. You don't have the anxious nerves and anxiety and that pit in your stomach and the nauseated feeling. You're actually calm and cool, and you're able to relax and enjoy a meal and digest. It also enables you to think more clearly, and it enables your body to absorb nutrients, vitamins, and minerals from the foods that you eat. Now, when stress activates your central nervous system, this is how it affects your digestion. It causes your esophagus to go into spasms. Have you ever been eating a meal and you try to swallow, and it's almost like it gets stuck? And it's just this big ball in your throat, and you're trying to swallow, get it down. I have been in that situation where I'm eating, I'm stressed, and I never really realized how much it impacted my body until I almost choked one day trying to eat some food because I was in a stress state. I was in a hurry. I was trying to scarf it down. I probably didn't chew it like I was supposed to. And it just got stuck. And I had to literally cough it out because it just would not go down. So that's one sign. Another thing that happens is it increases the acid in your stomach. Now, yes, your stomach needs acid to be able to digest things and break things down. But if that gets out of balance, if there's too much acid, this is going to end up causing that acid reflux, that burning. It's going to cause heartburn, which we say heartburn, but it's not necessarily from the heart. It just kind of feels like it because it's right there in your chest. It can make you feel nauseous. We all know we have nerves in our stomach, and those show up occasionally in a not so positive way. And it makes you feel sick to your stomach, like you can't eat. And then it could also give you diarrhea and constipation, which none of us want any of that going on down there. In more serious cases, stress may cause a decrease of blood flow and oxygen to the stomach, which can inhibit it from then again breaking down food and absorbing those nutrients, vitamins, and minerals that our bodies need. This could lead to cramping, inflammation, an imbalance of the gut bacteria. So you have good gut bacteria and bad gut bacteria. You want a healthy balance in that gut flora, is what it's called, because we need that for everything to work properly down there. It can also exacerbate other gastrointestinal disorders such as IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome, inflammatory bowel disease, IBD, um, ulcers in your stomach, and GERD, which is gastroesophageal reflux disease. Um, Those are just a few. There's a few more that I'd like to point out to you so that you can just be aware of how stress really affects the body. Because, yes, we know that stress is bad. Some stress on us is good. But when we think about stress, a lot of times we think of it in a negative way. Stress can also increase cortisol production. Cortisol is that stress hormone. This causes weight gain, especially around your belly or midsection. It causes your inability to lose weight and gain muscle, and it can make you age. Who wants to age any faster than what we're already aging, honestly? I have enough wrinkles. I try enough creams to prevent aging. We can't prevent it, but we can help to not make ourselves age more than we already do. Decreased nutrient absorption, we've already discussed that because the digestive enzymes are not being produced like they need to be produced. So it decreases the bile from the gallbladder, it decreases oxygenation and blood flow, like we talked before. It also increases nutrient excretion. So, what this means is you're peeing out essentially all of the good calcium, magnesium, potassium, zinc, chromium, selenium, all of these trace minerals that your body needs to live on and to function on. Um, with that, it can cause osteoporosis because you're getting rid of the calcium that you need to get your bones to be stronger and healthier. We talked about the gut flora or bacteria. It decreases that. So it destroys that healthy bacteria, which leads to immune problems, skin problems, nutrient deficiencies, and digestive distress. It increases sodium and fluid retention, therefore, bloat. And we don't want none of that either. We're trying to get that stomach down, we're not trying to blow it up. It can decrease in the thermal efficiency of your body. So, therefore, your metabolism goes down and you're not able to burn off those calories. I'm not trying to hang on to any excess calories. I'm trying to burn those suckers off. Get away from me. It decreases your thyroid hormone, which means, again, your metabolism decreases and your weight gain goes up. It increases your blood cholesterol, so that LDL or that bad cholesterol ends up increasing. Now, we want a healthy balance of good and bad cholesterol. And when that bad cholesterol increases, that leads to all kinds of heart disease and other problems. Um, a decrease in sex hormones. Now, as we age, that naturally happens, but we don't want to help it along by, being stressed out all the time. It lowers your sex drive, it lowers your energy, and it decreases your muscle mass. It can increase inflammation. Inflammation is a biggie. Inflammation shows up all the time. Signs of inflammation, there's a huge range of signs from just simple acne or headaches to the more chronic diseases and autoimmune things that go on. And then it decreases gastric emptying time, but it can also increase gastric emptying time. So what basically that means is when you decrease the emptying time, I'm having a hard time saying that, it can cause constipation. But when you increase the emptying time, it causes diarrhea. And like I said before, we don't want none of that. It can increase food sensitivities. So allergies to foods, that causes a decrease in immunity, and then leaky gut. And we don't want leaky gut because we're letting a lot of the good stuff out and the bad stuff in. It can decrease stomach acid. We talked about that. It can decrease your growth hormone, which is a key hormone in growing and healing and rebuilding your tissues, therefore, muscle. It increases insulin resistance. So, stress, even chronic low level stress, like I was talking about, target cells and they become unresponsive to insulin, meaning it's going to turn into diabetes, weight gain, heart disease, and again, the aging. Um, It also increases the erratic function of your lower esophageal sphincter. This is the bottom of your esophagus where it opens up to the stomach. If that does not stay closed properly, or if it doesn't function properly, it allows acid back up in your esophagus, therefore, acid reflux and heartburn. It increases your oxidative stress. Again, the premature aging. So, stress has a lot to do with, I said aging a lot, but it also inhibits our digestion. And one way that we can help ourselves digest a little bit better is by slowing down and chewing our food. Now, I know this sounds like a very simple concept. I know you're probably thinking, okay, when I sit down and eat a meal, I automatically chew, but think about it. Think about a time where you sat down for a meal and you were in a hurry and you just scarfed it down. You don't remember if you tasted it. You don't remember if you chewed. I know that I've caught myself a couple of times in the middle of eating and realized, hold on, I didn't chew that bite of food and I almost swallowed it whole, literally. So, let me give you a few tips today on how to be more mindful about your meals and chewing. We're really going to focus on chewing today. So, if you consistently practice chewing your food, you'll be amazed at how much more energy you're going to have, how better your digestion works, how much less you're actually going to eat during the meal. Therefore, less weight gain. And it's not so much just about slowing down, but the chewing process itself grinds up your food's nutrients and it helps your body absorb them better and utilize them better. So, in order to get in the habit of chewing, which honestly, for most of us, if you think about it, it's a new phenomena because we don't slow down long enough to chew our food. I know I don't, but try chewing each bite of your food, your next meal. Do this next time you eat. Here's the plan. Each bite that you take, chew it at least 20 times. Now, I know you're thinking, this is 20 times to chew my food. That's a lot. That's going to take forever. Yes, it's going to take some time. And the reason why is the whole purpose of doing this is to slow you down, to maximize digestion and absorption of the nutrients, and to give you those benefits of more energy, weight loss, less weight gain. Your body's getting those nutrients it needs, and it's expending less energy on digestion. So, like I said before, digestion is one of the biggest processes of the body, and it takes a lot of energy to push that food down, get it in your stomach. All of the enzymes are going in to break up the food and absorb the nutrients, and then the elimination process. It takes a lot of energy. So, in order to boost your energy, slow it down. Help your body digest by chewing first. That's the base. You got to have a foundation in order to build upon so that your digestion can work properly and you can move towards being healthier and less inflammatory. So, even if you only have 5 minutes, during the day, at least take those 5 minutes and be intentional about chewing every single bite. One of the things that I've incorporated is the 20-minute meal plan. So, or you can take 30 minutes, however long. But the reason why it's the 20-minute meal plan is because your brain takes 20 minutes to tell your stomach that you're full. So, say you're eating a meal, you're sitting down to eat, and you've got 20 minutes to eat. Well, say you finish in 10 your food, and you're like, Mom, still kind of hungry. I think I'll get something else. I've done it where I've eaten my whole plate and I've gone, I'm not really satisfied. I kind of want something else. And then I eat something else And then after a little while, I'm like, okay, I overdid it. I ate way too much. I think we've all done it a time or two during Thanksgiving, all that good food around, and we just want to eat it all up as fast as we can because we're scared that everybody else is going to eat the rest of it. We're not going to get any more. But I'll say again, your brain takes 20 minutes to tell your stomach it's full. So this is why we're slowing down, and this is why we're chewing our food, because you want your brain to be able to tell your stomach when you're full, and you don't want to overeat because that leads to what? Weight gain. Exactly. So here are some tips for you to try at your next meal to slow down and to be more intentional about chewing and resting and digesting to help your body process the food. So, before the meal, and I hope everybody does this before the meal. If not, I'm going to say it, you are gross. um, Wash your hands or use hand sanitizer or something, but wash your hands. Start preparing yourself for the meal. Close your computer, close your phone, electronics. Decompress for a minute. Get away from all the hustle and bustle that the day has. And this is you time. This is sacred time for you to eat and enjoy your food and nourish your body. We have to think of our bodies like vehicles, and they are. They're our vehicle. So, do you want a busted, beat up, ugly, broke down vehicle? Or do you want this top notch, high quality, premium vehicle to walk around in every day? I don't know about y'all, but I want the Lamborghinis or the Bugattis of bodies, if you know what I mean. I got a Bugatti body and I'm going to take care of it. I got to put that premium fuel. I've got to take that premium time to take care of it. And that's what we're doing by slowing down. Um, Light a candle, bring in some ambiance. Play some music. I love music. I usually have music playing. Obviously, I don't now because I would get really distracted and start singing, and I don't think you want me to do that. But play music, relax, enjoy yourself. That's the whole point of it. Do an EBT check in. So during the 7 tips, I talked about emotional brain training. And this is just breathing, relaxing yourself. Maybe you just got off of a stressful call with a customer and you just need to take a moment and regroup yourself. Get that scenario out of your head. Think about something fun. Think about something that makes you happy. My kids make me happy. My work buddies, my puppy dogs, they make me happy. So I think about loving on them and having fun with them and all the giggles. And that just brings me to a good, happy, settled, relaxed state. Um, Give gratitude. So take a moment. I like to pray over my meal. It doesn't have to be this long, drawn out, preachy, wherefore art thou, all of that fun stuff. It can be as simple as, thank you for this time. Thank you for this food. Help it to nourish my body. If you don't pray, you can meditate or you can just have a moment of silence before you dive into that delicious meal. And then before you start eating, set your timer for 20 minutes. You can also take more time. If you have less time, that is okay. The point is to slow down and be intentional. Okay? So during your meal, take a breath. I don't know about you, but when I'm starving, I will shovel food in and not breathe. I'm like trying to talk and eat at the same time. I know it's a terrible picture, but breathe throughout your meal. Why? Because that oxygen is going to help your body break down the foods, absorb the nutrients, and carry them in your blood to where it needs to go. So breathe first and then take a bite of food. After you take that bite, put your fork down and start counting your chews. We want 20 chews. And the point of this is your solids should be liquids before you swallow. That's going to help it go down the esophagus better. It's going to help your stomach to absorb nutrients and not have to work so hard to break it down. And your body's going to love it because it's going to be like, okay, I am less bloated. I feel good. I've got more energy. It's going to be wonderful. Once you get done chewing, you swallow, take another breath. Now, repeat. Pick up your fork, take a bite, put it down. Chew slowly and intentionally. Count it 20 times. I like to think of it as a game because if I sit there and try to chew and count, I'm like, okay, this is taking forever. I don't want to do this. I'm just ready to eat and go. Well, you kind of have to make it a game for yourself, like a challenge. How many chews can I get this time? Can I add 2 more chews next time? So if you're not up to 20, start small and work on it. After that, you want to repeat the process until you're about 80% full. And again, this goes back to the fact that your brain takes 20 minutes to tell your stomach it's full. So that way you're left feeling energized, you're not stuffed and miserable, and you can go on about your day. And hopefully you're not going to get that sleepy 2 or 3 p.m. mid-afternoon crash. So after the meal, appreciate it. Share what you liked about your meal. If you're by yourself, then just take a moment to go, that was really good. I really enjoyed that. Thank you. Clear your dishes, clean your area, and then you can step outside and get some sunshine and some fresh air, or take a walk if you have time to do that, so that you can help your body aid in getting that metabolism going and breaking down your foods and absorbing the nutrients. So those are just a few tips and tricks on how to be more mindful during your meals and how to slow down and chew. I know that we all have so many obligations and things going on in life. I know I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a business owner. I help my husband in his business. I'm also a volunteer. I take care of my animals. Like, there's so many things going on. But just take some time for yourself and slow down and de-stress yourself so that your body can be that Bugatti body and not that busted body. So I hope you enjoyed this and I hope it helps. Please stay tuned for more. Like, share, follow me for more information, and I'll see you soon. Bye.